There are many students who have been working on the Rose issue, but Ryan, why don't you speak for any?
Well, first, I'd like to call attention to some of the students who are in the audience tonight who have been working very hard. If they'd like, I'd like them to stand up. The organizer of the first student sit-in, Becca Alm. One of my cultural production cohorts, Penny Taylor, who's been involved with helping to plan and organize this beginning. Another cultural production cohort, Bryce Peak, who has been on the technical side, as well as Sarah Stevenson. I'd like to thank Emily Leeper as well, who's been very involved in helping plan things. And I'd also like to call attention to the numerous Rose-related projects that we're going to be working on and hopefully producing in conjunction with Professor Auslander's Museum and Public Memory class. I'd like to talk briefly and in my own and hopefully all the other students who have been a part of this issue in our self-interest. We've been talking about value and market value. I'm talking about educational value. I'm talking about the value of my degree. The reputation that Brandeis is accumulating in the outside world among my peers, many of whom are graduate students and art students in other universities. This is quite frankly not making us look good. The Studio Arts Department, I believe two of the representatives who were responsible for that letter here tonight, Yarden and Rania, they put together a statement calling attention to the fact that a studio art, the rumor that a studio arts degree from Brandeis University would be worthless. I feel that this is a breach of trust for students who are both accepted and about to graduate, and those of us who are going to be going on for further study here. By taking away the museum and its collection, by obscuring the facts with a public relations team, and the disconnection that this has caused between students and alumni. To be honest, it's very, very hard to find alumni who we can actually talk to, who we can come and sit down with and try to figure out a joint plan and how we, as not as faculty and as administrators, but as people who are educated by this institution can come together around this issue. It's been very hard. Some of the threats over email from various administrators to students around this issue aside. Students often have been scared to participate in some of these protest events, either through art or sit-ins. Some students have stated that they were afraid to sign petitions for fear of retribution. The collateral damage that this is causing for all of us is just beginning. I think that all of us who are involved are doing it because of our conviction that this museum should stay open and should be continuing in its mission, but also in the efforts to preserve our own future. We're paying money to come here, and we're spending our own time and our own money organizing projects to try to keep this museum open. I feel that no matter what the space turns into, it will continually be haunted by the events of this last semester, no matter what facilities or arts experiences that this converted space would provide. I'd like to thank the museum staff for being so helpful to all of us during this time period and very encouraging, and the information that they've been able to share with us about their views of the implications this will have not only at Brandeis but across universities around the country. And I'd like to now challenge Brandeis to find a way to stop this potential tide of museums being shattered, and why don't we be the place that decided to keep it open? Why don't we be the ones who figured out a way, figured out the model that other universities will be able to follow in the future? Thank you.